Hey guys, welcome back. What's up? Um, Today, the main thing I really wanted to talk to you guys about is the legendary battles. I wanted to go over what I think is actually worth your time and spending your crystals on, because that's going to be more so what this video is going to be about. Real quick, before I do go ahead and jump into that, one thought that occurred to me for a lot of newer players is you actually do want to make sure that you do get into an alliance as soon as you can. I kind of held out on getting in one for a long time when I first started, and it was more because I felt like I didn't do enough to contribute. Honestly, there's a lot of alliances who don't care about that. But one of the biggest benefits to you as an individual player, number one, you do get to play Alliance Battle, which does give you some rewards, though they're not like super great rewards. You don't, get crystals. You don't get, you know, CTPs, Odin's Blessing, stuff like that. You can't get the premium stuff, but you can farm gold. You can farm bios. You can farm Norn stones, and it's free rewards. There's no reason not to do it. But secondly, more importantly, is your alliance bonus, and this actually helps your overall stats to your count. So the one that I'm in, it is actually maxed at level 30. Not all of them are. There are some that are level 30 and they literally do not care who joins. You don't have to play Alliance Conquest. They don't care what you score in ABX. And it's just something to kind of help you build your account. So, care well, you can see everything here. I don't need to necessarily do a breakdown of each of these and what they mean, but as you can see, you know, and this goes on top of your uh, card stats. So, like with my card stats, with my skill cooldown is like 32% currently. So 32% plus the 14% here. So I get a flat 46% on every single character. And it caps at 50%. So I'm pretty much there on pretty much my entire roster. So I just wanted to go ahead and show you guys this and show you this is a huge benefit to joining an alliance. So if you are not in one, you should get in one. If you are in one, then you should try to make sure that they are working to raise your alliance level. And additionally, you can support one another. I've used all my supports for today. You can try to request bios, you can request certain materials. The bios are basic ones, they would be in the bio selector. You can only get 10 per day. They're not premium, so don't try that. Then you've also got the store, which actually, you know what? I think I'm going to buy some of these. I'll take some boost points. I actually could use some hidden tickets. For a long time on my account, I was also getting the 20 biometrics daily, and it helps when you're building your account. I have not been doing this in a long time because I've gotten to a point that I don't need it. But when you're earlier on, when you're building your roster, this does help a lot. A lot of these things, though, I don't really recommend doing. You can only get one comic card chest, ISO chest, and they're basic ones. There's nothing too spicy in here. There's nothing in here that you can't get in other places, like dimension missions or um, glory tokens. And same for the rest of these. That's new. I never saw this one before for 50. That's actually not a bad deal. That's not a bad deal at all. Anyway, I said that I wanted to talk about legendary battles, so let's go ahead and jump into that. Now, basically, all of these legendary battles do have a crystal cost affiliated with them to maximize your rewards. So I do want to kind of brace you for that. And that's a lot of what I'm going to be talking about. So, one of the nice things with a legendary battle, and actually I'm not going to start here yet, is sometimes you can get a premium character from here. For example, Ant-Man and the Wasp. I do not have a 6-star ghost. Now, if I wanted it, I can actually acquire. Not going to charge me. No. I can acquire a 6-star ghost for 2,500 crystals. Which, when you consider that this is a premium character, that's actually not a steep price. Um, well, maybe I feel that way because I do get a Stark stash on a regular basis. But it's easier than, having a farm. Now, you can also get Nick Fury from the Captain Marvel one. You can also get Yelena from the Black Widow one. And then you can get Valkyrie from Thor Ragnarok. Now, pretty much all of these characters are really not good without their uniforms. Ghost, I don't think, is even good with her uniform. But should you wish to have the character, that is one way to get it where you do not have to spend money on a bio subscription. And since we get a monthly Mega Tier 2 ticket, boom, you have a Tier 2 character with Tier 2 premium character without having to buy a subscription. In Nick Fury's case, it gives you a really, really good leadership and support for heroes. In the case of Valkyrie, same thing. Not so much a leadership, but she is a phenomenal support, and she is transcendable, meaning you can take her into DRX and World Boss Legend. In the case of Yelena, she can be transcended, and she's actually very good. Her white uniform is more PvP oriented, and she is good in that. Her black uniform is PvE oriented, and I have seen people use her to beat Null and Mephisto. Moving on, so the part that I really wanted to show you has to do with these rewards. So, out of the Thor Ragnarok one here, so you can see all of the rewards that are here and what you need to do in order to acquire them. I don't have the Thor uniform. Honestly, the only worthwhile reward is your premium card here. Now, there are better premium cards, and since if you are farming GBR, then you can get these tokens and you can get a free premium card about every 40-ish days. So you actually might get lucky and land that Loki card without ever having to buy this uniform. That actually did happen for me. As you can see, I never actually got the rewards here because I don't own the Ragnarok uniform. Valkyrie, really all you have to do is own her, which I actually do very much recommend doing it if you can. She is definitely worthwhile. More so if you actually have her uniform, because then she can actually do damage on her own. I do not recommend the Thor uniform, or Thor, Thor Ragnarok uniform for the Hulk, because your CTP of refinement is not a good one. Speaking of which, that was what I pulled from my chest yesterday. So I got hosed. You have your Loki, which up until he got the Agent of Asgard uniform, this was his best uniform, which is not saying a lot. As you can see here, you actually do get a premium uniform. You used to have to mythic these in order to get that final reward. You only have to take it to heroic now, which is 2 levels lower. That's really not a good premium card. I do have it equipped. It was better than what I had at the time, but as soon as I get some additional cooldown, then I'm retiring that card and I'm equipping my Luna card. Now this one I actually do recommend buying Hela, or Hela's uniform. The reason that I recommend buying her uniform is for that right there. So essentially, this is a CTP that you can unlock for about 1,000 crystals. That is cheaper than if you gamble twice. Because if you gamble, that's 675 crystals. If you don't pull on the first time, which a lot of people don't, you're going to have to pull a second time. Some people have to pull 11 times. Because you have a pity timer. If you go 10 pulls without the CTP that is a chance up, then you hit the pity timer. Your next pull will guarantee you that CTP. So it could be as little as 600 crystals, probably not. It could be as many as 7,000 plus. But this is a uniform that you have to get to heroic. This is 1,050 crystals as long as you get the uniform on sale. That is absolutely worthwhile. I strongly recommend doing this. That CTP of energy, I mentioned in a previous video that Sharon Rogers is worth building. This CTP puts her in a god tier status. And you can reforge it. I don't, but a lot of people do. Black Panther, so this is all stuff that you can farm for free. I do not have Shuri's uniform, even though I probably should get it. And then you have Killmonger. Killmonger is a premium character, and he's not a good character, so I never built him. Now, the legendary battle for Black Panther, I really don't recommend. I don't think that it's worthwhile anymore. But for doing it, you get the Black Panther uniform at legendary. So the only thing left to do at that point is take him to mythic. If you want to, that is. So for this, you can get another premium card. I once again got lucky with this, and I pulled it from the premium card chest. Again, CTP refinement, not good. And if you get Killmonger to heroic, that is another CTP of energy. The CTP is really good, but this is very expensive, and it does get a little bit more difficult for me to justify this. I would have to recommend to use your own judgment. Black Panther now has a better uniform, not by much from what I hear. Like, it's not a meta-breaking uniform, but it's a better uniform with his 3099. But one thing I also do want to point out is you'll notice you do get these crystal refunds. So this is 200 crystals, this is 200 crystals, 200 again, really, okay. So you get 600 back on a 3,300 purchase. So that brings your total cost down to 2,700 crystals. So 2,700 crystals, but you also have to get Killmonger's uniform, which is another 1,050 in order to get that CTP. It's still cheaper, potentially, than gambling, but use your discretion, again. Avengers Endgame. Now, we're already up to 14 minutes, so I'm going to speed up here. But so you're starting to get the gist of, how this works. Nothing really spicy here. If you get the extreme battle, which, by the way, Black Panther is a little bit more expensive because you're also getting that uniform. The other ones are 2,500. So 2,500 crystals, and you will get a 500 crystal refund, bring your total spending to 2,000. Nothing great here. Nothing great here. That's the third one they keep using our refinement. That sucks. And you do get a premium card. I'd have to look that up because I don't know what the fixed stats are, so I can't say how good it is. But I don't see a lot of whales, like, top spenders. I don't see a lot of people with this equipped. But still premium. So it's 300, 400, 500. So this is a 500 crystal refund. This one I did get. Because this one, once you have Giant Man Heroic, you have a CTP Selector. I believe I picked up an energy from here. I've not bought this one. Regen's not bad. Regen's actually good, but it's a PvP CTP. And that really has not been my focus. I probably should go ahead and pick one up anyway. I get more enjoyment out of PvE, but PvP can still be important. Plus, my alliance does care about alliance conquest, so that regen actually... Yeah, I think I am going to get that. Not right now, but I think I am. So, Avengers, this is Endgame. Type 3 enhancement Thanos, you do get a CTP of Rage. And by the way, 2,500 crystals, or really it brings it down to 2,000 crystals, for a CTP of Rage is absolutely worth it. Spider-Man Far From Home. Type 3 enhancement, another CTP selector. I feel like I got a Rage from this, but I don't know. And then this latest one with Black Widow. So this one's a little bit different because if you awaken Red Guardian and you awaken Yelena, so you'll get these two rewards here. That's a little bit different. Oh, this is where I got my other insight from. Okay. But yeah, so you get one for a legendary Taskmaster. Now, Insight is more of a support CTP, so use your best judgment with whether or not you actually want to get that, but I'll actually show you the stats on it. So, my CTP on Phyla-Vell, well, actually, you know what? There's a better way to do it. When you go here, these actually show you the top possible roll on a character, on a CTP. So you have max HP, all defense, which the max HP is good for PvP, but really and truly, this is not going to help you that much. But your juicy one here is this applies to all allies. Increased damage dealt to superheroes by 20% and super villain by 20%. Now, that can fluctuate. You may get one or the other. I had one I had to roll it several times because I kept getting 10% on hero, 10% on villain, without the other one being applied. Currently, I have... So again, the one that I have on Phyla-Vell is... I remember it being a pretty good roll. Where are you? 22, 25. So the max HP could definitely be higher. But the main thing is I get that 20% on heroes and villains. I have one inside of my inventory. I believe one has a 20-20. The other one has a 15-15. I probably should re-roll that before I equip it to try to get it higher. But I will tell you guys right now, the insight is very difficult to roll. It is not cooperative at all. But so we're already up to 20 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and try to wrap it up here, but that was the main thing. Oh, and also just one other thing. Um, when you're playing these, and even after you get those rewards, you can still go ahead and play it 5 times a day. I do, because you can get these boxes. They're not great rewards. I mean, yeah, they're not great, but they're still free rewards. If you get a crit reward, you'll typically get like 4 or 5 bios for these characters. If you get a crit reward, you'll get like 50. For the gold, you typically get 29 to 30. Well, let me rephrase that, because I do get those alliance bonuses and everything. That's what I get. And for a crit reward, I believe I can get 1,000,000 gold, maybe 1,000,005. But it's free rewards, so there's really no reason not to play it. So I am going to go ahead and wrap it up here. I hope that that was helpful for you guys. I just wanted to go over what the legendary battles are, how they benefit you as a player, what to actually purchase, what's worth your time to purchase. Um, the only thing I would still caution you about with the Black Panther with Killmonger, you have to also keep in mind, not only is there a crystal cost involved in getting the deluxe legendary, or no, it's extreme, the extreme legendary battle, and you have to spend the crystals to get Killmonger's uniform, then you have to rank it up. That is pretty much going to cost you a bio sub, which is, $9.99 for 30 days. At least that's what it is here. Depending on your country, wherever you are, it may fluctuate. But I do want to caution you with that, so that does drive the price of the CTP up. Can it still be cheaper to go through gambling? Possibly. Could it be more expensive through gambling? Possibly. You just have to weigh your odds. But I'll go ahead and wrap it up here. I hope that this was helpful for you. Um, I'm actually starting to run out of ideas to make my next videos on. So if anybody has any thoughts, please let me know. Once again, I will leave my contact info in the comments or in the description. But other than that, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming back again. And I will see you guys next time.